everyone. I'm Sarah Roberts. I use any pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be your GM.
Hi, everyone. My name is Satan. I am sleepy tonight, but I am here and ready for a good emotional time. I'm playing Yuiza. She uses she, they, she, her. I use she, they. That's all I can remember right now.
I am Zachary Vaudo. I'm also sleepy. I am playing Arat Kshizhin. You are a Damphir Wild Oracle. Neither of us care about our pronouns.
Yate, I'm Abby, and I'll be your lovely Ahuling cleric of Keening, Fisscourth, and my mom picked out our pronouns for both she, her.
And finally, hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Sulong Shen, the barbarian druid. We both go by he, him. He's not a war criminal or anything.
Well, that's a little ominous, and I think it might be some foreshadowing. Last week, you all discovered this temple and made your way down here, fighting with one of the guardians and making your way through a puzzle to get further into, is it a temple? Is it just a lair? You're not quite sure. But you have all found yourselves in a room with a statue of Tyr and 4 mirrors. And at the end of the session, as you were all walking about the room, examining the objects within, one of you read off the inscription that was on the box, or on the chest in front of the mirrors. And with that, the magic of the mirrors reached out to you all, and 3 of you failed the wisdom save. And that is where we are going to pick up tonight. Now, first, we're actually going to start off with Arat. Arat. The room has just gone silent. You can practically hear the spiders crawling in the walls. What do you do?
Do you see something? Anyone?
There's no response from your friends.
I'm gonna pick up my stick and point it straight forward and just sort of slow, wide swing, as far 180 and back, just around me, seeing does it bump into anybody?
It bops 2 people.
What are you doing here? Come on. Just tap it against them.
Roll me a D2 on the VTT. Sulong is 1, Fisscourth is 2.
2.
Your cane is pushing directly into Fisscourth's cheek. But there's no response.
I just kind of slide up the stick until I can feel a face and confirm the distance to Fisscourth, and then reach over farther to feel who's next to her. Is there any particular expression on their face that I can feel? Is it slack? Is it furrowed? Is it frozen in fear?
It's relaxed.
But not moving, just stoic, relaxed.
Correct.
Moving the stick in the other direction, I'm assuming I'm going to bump Yuiza?
You would be bumping into Sulong, actually. Yuiza's on the other side of the room. Total other side of the room. I thought we were all up against the mirror. Then yeah. Then doing that same thing with Sulong, feeling and... Sulong is also standing there, motionless. Hands at his sides, staring forward in the direction that he was looking.
Going to use Bespeak.
Okay.
To draw from my deck just to give me some sort of... See if there is some sort of interpretation as to what's going on here.
All right.
Burns a card from my ability to use it. It's the ally. In the book, the ally is support and burden. It's like finding someone that's on the same quest as you, but also learning to work together. And it's entirely up to you as to how that becomes interpreted to me, what that tells me. Is it good, is it bad, etc.
It's neither good nor bad. It's also not necessarily neutral. You get the sense from the card that this may be something that they're required to figure their own way out of. Mm-hmm. But funnily enough, since you pulled the ally, you hear...
What happened?
You know, the moment that you laughed, I was going to ask if you had something to do with this.
And you feel next to you a whoosh of air as a portal is opening up. And the audience sees Ray poke half their body through using the side of the portal to pull themselves.
Oh, they found me, but I got away. What happened? Why did they all look so bored?
I am trying to figure that out. I'm doing a order of events. One of us read something in the room, and then everybody else got very quiet. And the card that I interpreted seems to tell me that my friends must follow a journey of their own. Who did you get away from?
The big person here. He doesn't like it when I leave.
In here?
No, not here. Let's see.
You feel that energy that Ray gives off that is elemental and everything all at once. And as they pull themselves through the portal, you feel them slide around you, moving towards the mirrors. You can feel them moving further away from you, and the audience can see Ray moving across the mirrors and looping around each of Arat's companions before coming back.
I do want to actually follow the feeling of that warmth and cold and whatnot, and to the mirrors, and just with the stick out until it bumps onto the glass and just sort of slide it along to get to sense. Because I was told there's mirrors, but I don't really know anything about what's in front of me beyond that.
Oh. Someone set up something tricky. Yeah, they have to do this on their own.
But what is it?
I don't know. Do you want to watch and find out?
I suppose in a manner of speaking, I don't really have much of a choice.
Okay, come here.
And you feel two hands on your shoulders guide you back, and your knees bump into something solid. And as they buckle and you sit instinctively, you are sitting on a plush couch that was not in this room before.
I don't remember this.
Oh, I brought it. Do you like it? Sulong didn't seem to like it.
And as they say that, there is another whoosh, as though something has opened right in front of you, and you can feel the magic radiating off of it. And you can hear one of your friends. And that is where we will switch into Fisscourth. One moment you are standing in front of these mirrors, examining this chest, and as the words come out of your mouth, you felt magic wash over you through this room. And instantly, the room melted away from you. And you are left walking in a void. You hear nothing. You see nothing. But you know that ahead of you, there's a destination. And you begin to walk. What is Fisscourth walking towards?
It's an older door. Oak. Maybe. It seems so distant now, but I know that smell. Sanguine. Iron. Rich. It's the letting rooms. From home, I guess you could call it.
Okay. As you move closer to these rooms, describe them for us.
But once my claw reached through the heavy iron knocker, it opens up into what could be called a nightmare. Ragged cave stone, dark, doesn't hide the bloodstains that cover the floor, and the pale faces, hopeless hollow eyes in the cages below. They don't betray happy beginnings, but it's the person on the table, chained like an animal before slaughter, who's now turned towards me, face a haunted house full of fear, terror, their life flashing before their eyes. That has my interest. I have been sanctified to grant the colony its sanguine sustenance. I've never done it before, though, and I have to do it.
Looking at you with horror in their eyes, they know what has happened to the people who have come before them. And you hear them quietly beg for you to let them go. But Fisscourth, this is your home. This is what you were raised to do. This is what your mothers told you was a great honor. In this moment, as you are confronted with what may have been one of the first major moral dilemmas of Fisscourth's life, I will need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw as you see another white bat enter from the other side of the room. They are your perfect double. You are looking at a Fisscourth who carries none of the trepidation that you do in your heart.
Oh no. That's a 20.
It's a 20. Okay. Then you will only be taking half damage because you succeed.
Oh no.
You'll be taking 12 points of psychic damage as you enter this scene.
Oh my god.
And from there, we are going to shift. Next is Sulong. Sulong, you were examining the room with the others just moments ago. Fisscourth read out an inscription on a chest, and suddenly something washed over you and everything faded away. You are standing in a void. There is no sound. There is no feeling of wind on your face. There is nothing but darkness. But there is something ahead of you. As you walk towards it, what is it?
As Sulong walks forward, there is a oaken door, stained. And as he reaches out to swing it open, it opens into a kitchen area. Very homely. It's small. There is something cooking on the stove, but no one's around. There's another door to the far end that he walks to because he realizes this is his childhood home. And as he swings this second door open, it leads into a bedroom. On the master bed, there is a singular white sheet that is tossed over a body. Sulong realizes that this might be a memory from when he was a kid.
Okay. Does he approach the body?
He's actually just standing in the doorway, confused, scared, and immensely sad.
As you stand there, you see another figure on the other side of the room materialize, walking through a door similar to the one that you just came through. It makes no sense because that's not a door that's in your house. You know this house better than anyone. And they are staring right at you, and they lift a finger and they mouth words that you cannot hear with anger in their eyes. From there, Yuiza. You were getting ready to check one of the doors, I believe, in the room previously when Fisscourth read out an inscription on the gold chest sitting in front of the mirrors. You felt something wash over you. And as you were looking at the door that would lead you out of this room, it melted away into inky, dark blackness. There are no sounds around you. You feel something firm beneath your feet, but as you look, there is nothing there. Just darkness coming up to greet you. But there is something ahead of you. And as you walk towards it, what is in front of Yuiza?
The inky black void opens up to a dark night. And we're in the space of a clearing of trees, just the beginning tree line of a forest, a dirt path that turns into one of the main paths. There is the sound of people running and chasing, and the sight of a city, flames flickering in the distance, and a need to get out.
Who are the people chasing?
I think that because it's a memory that she's tried to forget, but is instinct to her, Yuiza starts running instinctively as she's being chased.
You hear the footsteps coming closer and closer behind you. The more you run, the closer they seem to get. And soon, running next to you is your perfect double. They're not scared of this. They're enjoying it. And that is where we're going to switch to Arat.
Is my perspective switching with the narrative? Is Ray okay? So I just wanted to make sure I knew what I knew by the end of this. So I'm catching everything, and I'm just sitting here.
Mm-hmm. You are hearing all of these things going on. You do hear the dialogue. You would hear the people running behind Yuiza. You would hear Sulong walking through a house. And if you want, Ray can narrate any of this if you wish.
Is this basically like watching a movie, or am I like somehow like along for the ride with them? Because if I'm just a third person perspective on here, then yeah, I'd like Ray to narrate that.
Okay. Ray will do that for you.
What did your friends get up to previously?
I only know the bits that they told me. What you described for Fisscourth is very much in line with the things that she told us. Yuiza ultimately has a bit of a criminal background, despite all things, so I wouldn't be surprised about being chased. I do not know much of Sulong's past in a deep descriptive way. I simply know where he's from and that he has a large family.
Yuiza was a cute kid.
Imagine so.
Shame about the things behind her on fire.
Do you happen to know if she lit those fires, or can we assume?
Mm-mm. I can only see what they see. What do you think will happen next?
But how is it that you can see this? How is it that you have access to whatever it is that they are experiencing?
I don't know. The magic's different here.
But you do know that what this is, at least, to some degree?
I think they're trapped in a memory.
You think?
Maybe? Or a hallucination. I hear people have those sometimes.
And on that note, Fisscourth. There is another Fisscourth looking at you from the other side of the room.
Oh no, she sees me.
Well, aren't you going to get on with it? We have to do it. Our mothers want us to.
Hey, that Fisscourth, that's a person. You know that. Don't you? Look at them. They're terrified.
Well, they won't be terrified much longer.
But when you give the prayer of the Blood Father and all that, you're killing someone.
And as you say that, you see them pulling out a blade from behind them. What do you do?
I know that blade all too well.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually going to put herself on the table between the sacrifice and the other Fisscourth.
Okay.
Just stare her down. If this is one of those trials by God or another god who we've irked, then this has to be the way. The step that might reverse the past. Corrections, if it were.
As you do this, the other Fisscourth looks at you unfeelingly. Well, I suppose if you're going to get in the way, we'll just turn you into food as well. And that blade comes down on you, Fiss. And you will take 18 psychic damage.
Well, I'm down. There goes the rest of my health.
As you go down, the world goes dark. It comes in from the sides of your vision until that face that is your face, so uncaring and unfeeling, is nothing but a pinprick, and then it's gone. And that is where we're going to move over to Sulong. Sulong. There's another you in the room. Angry, pointing at you. Their words are coming into focus as you focus more intently on why they are here. What are they saying at you?
Were you really that scared to see Dad like that you would run away? It was his last moment.
Oh, last moments, full of regret. The last time you talked to your dad, he was so proud of you. Would he be proud of the man you've grown into? The other Sulong walks across the room slowly, not breaking your eye contact. Do you want to see him now? Or are you too scared?
Sulong takes a step back, just being accosted by himself, getting slung with these words. He is trying to run a thought through his brain, but it's short-circuiting.
And as you do that, the other you grabs the sheet and pulls it back. And as he does, your father sits up and looks at you. The limbs jerk unnaturally. The eyes are unfocused. But the legs swing from the bed and move towards you, arms outstretched. What does Sulong do?
As the facsimile corpse of his father is making its way to him, Sulong grits his teeth, his hands ball into fists, and he takes a step forward.
You move forward, and this version of your parent moves forward as well. They are within an arm's reach of you.
He stops just within arm's length and is just looking at his father's face before he inhales. I'm sorry I was a bad son, that I wasn't there to say goodbye. If you hold a grudge against me, I don't blame you.
Roll me another wisdom saving throw.
19?
Okay. 19 does save. You'll only take half psychic damage. You'll take half of 17. What's your HP at?
32.
32.
I'm a barbarian.
All right. From there, Yuiza. You're running. There's another you with glee on their face running next to you. We could just go back. Remember that guy down at the docks? We could set his place on fire. No one would know. Let's go do it.
I didn't set the place on fire.
Oh, didn't set it on fire. But we could use it to our advantage.
No,
Those people are all the same anyways. They deserve it.
We need to get out of here. We can't go back. Not again.
Oh, no sense in being such a scaredy cat. We'll just change. They'll never know it was us.
Changing is what got us into this place, into this mess in the first place.
Then we'll do it again. And we'll do it again, and we'll do it again, and we'll do it again, and no one will be able to stop us. Just think of everything we could do. Everything we could get away with.
I think you see these two Yuizas having this conversation as they're running, and she's about maybe 10, very young-faced, tired, probably covered in some blood. She doesn't know if it's hers or not. And there's part of her that is scared, and then part of her that wants to go with the plan. Part of her that says, what's so wrong about what we can do?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 15.
That just meets. You will only take half of 14. However, you are still trapped in this scene. And that is where we switch to Arat. You are sitting there on this lush couch from nowhere with Ray, and all of a sudden, you hear movement on the other side. Fisscourth, you are in this room with 1 HP. How do you come back from this moment?
As I imagine, it starts with just a delicate drip, like a faucet leaking. Then it turns into a flow, and out of this puddle, one of Fisscourth's claws just comes out covered in blood, and just until she's clawed, struggled, scratched until she's there, heaving, throwing up, coughing, spitting. Hello?
You feel the blood on you. You feel where the blade pierced you. And as you say hello and look around, as you look down, there's nothing there. You're fine.
Is this death? Have I come to meet my judgment before the Bloodfather at last?
All right, you hear this.
Before, during everything, like when the stab happened, I like lunged forward instinctively. I imagine it didn't hit anything, and then now I hear something, and I'm just going to stand up and walk straight through this portal. I don't even know if it's like visible per se, but I'm walking like right through it until I like run into Fisscourth.
Fisscourth, do you turn around from the mirrors?
I think I'm a little too much in a state of shock to do so. I just died.
Then you won't see this, but the audience will. As Arat rushes forward, there is it's like a magical flat screen TV almost, glowing at the edges, showing images and sound of what is happening in his three companions' heads. And the audience watches it as Arat rushes forward and it pulls apart like smoke and then knits itself back together. But you can most definitely rush to Fisscourth's aid.
Yeah, so all the way until I bump to her, just and then hand on back, wing, whatever I touch first. Go, Fisscourth, you're awake.
He just gives you a big bat hug. Silence, just her clutching onto you, sniffling.
Are you okay?
I'm a monster, Arat.
No, you're not.
She pulls away for just a moment. It's instinct to look him in the face. You can feel one of her claws caress your cheek. In the mirror, I saw myself as I was when I was in the chapel serving the Blood Father. I was monstrous, and I killed myself. That part of me still exists, Arat. It's still in me, and you feel her just gripping onto your face, pulling you closer. Do you understand that? That part of me is still very much alive. I failed.
You are going to feel a card press against your chest. It's the Celestial, so you're going to regain. You're going to regain. How many points is it? 5 HP per turn for a minute. So I don't know. I don't know how that works out of combat, but I suppose for a minute each, what would 6 seconds is going to be another 5 HP. And that card dissolves and said, was in service, did do these things. You have made a choice. You made it far before I met you. And you have continued to make it every single day. You may have been something you consider to be a monster, but you are actively choosing every single day to be something different, to be something else, to be something more. So no, you are not a monster. Not until you make the choice to be one again. You are Fisscourth, and Fisscourth is what you make it.
Her little sniffles are getting a little louder. A sob chokes out. She doesn't want to cry in front of you, not you.
Very gently pull her back in, and I'm just gonna lower myself down to try to get her to sit and go, sit here. Close your eyes, rest.
But can you promise me something?
What is it?
I suppose I just shouldn't make ominous promises to explain myself, but do you know how Hoolings come into this world?
You have not told me yet.
We're born of devils, Arat. It's in our blood. During the original Blood Wars, they would come forward. Some would get trapped on this plane, others wouldn't. And eventually they would split into consciousness, and we came forth from that. It is in our very nature to be monstrous, at the very least, to desire the blood of the living. So what I'm asking you, Arat, and what this trial has shown me, I'm asking you if I ever fall back into those habits, ever go back to that nature, I want you to kill me.
Put my stick down, and it's my turn for hands on the face. And say, should you fall back into that nature, I promise to help you find your way back again. No less.
You're too good for me, Arat Kshizhin. She's gonna bop her nose with yours.
And as you do that, you both feel hands on the side of your face.
Is this how people normally greet each other here?
Oh, heavens! Why is there a child here? Is this your child?
I do not have a child. No, this is the being that has helped me with my journey. Just holding up what few cards I have left. I think you see that the card deck is down to like just a couple at this, or a few just at this point, for how much I've had to interpret and do.
As you turn Fisscourth, you see a creature with a feminine humanoid silhouette. The body is smoke and rain and dust and elemental chaos. There is no eyes where they should be. There is no mouth that moves. You can see as it turns and floats about you, there is the profile of the face, but the distinct features are not there. The hair is long, about waist length. It floats out and around this creature, moved by an unseen wind. And as you look down, it has legs. And it is in a near tangible form.
But you're not a child. What? Who?
Hi, I'm Ray.
Hello, Ray. I'm Fisscourth.
Sulong calls them Ray.
You gather name. I see. Are you sure this isn't a fae? Have you gotten into a deal that you need help out of?
Do you want to watch the others? They're about to start.
Start their nightmares. Is this your doing? The nightmares?
No. It's very entertaining, though. Sorry you stabbed yourself.
You see Arat's face the moment that Fisscourth hears the offer to watch. You see his face just like kind of do that like pull and regret, because he was very much not about to say that was happening.
Fisscourth, as you look past Arat and Ray, there is a shimmering image of what is happening in someone else's mind. Beyond that, there is a large leather sofa that was not in the room before.
Right, Arat, and you strange child made out of smoke. I suppose the very least we could do for our friends is watch, and maybe if things turn worse, we can be there to provide emotional support. That's very important, so I'm told.
Yes, when you were all gone and I could not figure out what was going on, they appeared and then created a way for me to make sure that you were all okay in there. Not that I could really do much of anything. From what I've gleaned, this is all yours to do.
And with a loud yippee, Ray does a backward somersault in the air, Fisscourth, and goes back and sits on the sofa cross-legged. And that is where we're going to switch over to Sulong again. Sulong, you just apologized to your dead father for not being strong enough. And as you do, they change. The gaunt face of death leaves them. And once more, you see the man that you remember. The man who was someone you looked up to. Possibly even wanted to be like. The face of your dad returns to the way that you knew him in life. And he is looking down at you with gentle, caring eyes. How could I ever be disappointed in you?
There is a moment of relaxation before, if the camera had zoomed up closer to Sulong's face, you could see that there are tears welling up underneath his eyes. I made a promise that day, you know. I promised myself no matter how hard that it got, I wouldn't run away.
And have you?
If you ask my friends, I think they would say I typically run into danger.
Knowing you, I bet they're friends worth running into danger for.
Yeah, they are.
And you feel him come closer, taking you by the shoulders and pulling you in to a hug. And Sulong, you are bathed in a warm golden light as you are the next to come out of your trial. Fisscourth, you and Ray watch and describe the scene with Sulong that happens to Arat, and you both hear the movement of your friend before you are able to see him around this. Is it a portal? Is it some sort of floating screen? What weird magic is this?
Absolutely unusual and fascinating.
I think Sulong appears to them with his back turned.
Put my hand on Fisscourth's shoulder as I stand up and sort of push off the couch to go check on Sulong the exact same way.
Fisscourth and Ray see Sulong raise up a hand with a single finger, like, give me a minute. And he shuffles in his coat for something. You hear like a loud honk before he gets shoved back in, and he just turns around. So what did I miss?
Sulong, as you turn around, Arat and Fisscourth are standing there. Yuiza is on the other side of the room, motionless and unblinking. And behind your friends is a very familiar leather sofa. And Ray, floating in the air, far less smoke-like than when you met them before, as they now have legs and a distinct outline of a humanoid form.
When Sulong said give a moment, all Arat did was just slow down the pace at which he was walking over. So about this point, I'm right up to Sulong and just, hand off of Fisscourth's shoulder. She walked with me and onto Sulong's. Are you all right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm totally fine. What happened?
You all went quiet, and I got the sense that you were all facing something that only you could face, and then Ray, as you called them, appeared and opened up a way to make sure that you all were safe. And you've been coming out one by one, or coming to one by one. I suppose you've been standing there the entire time.
A nightmare. I had one as well, Sulong.
How much did you see?
Nothing, really.
I was going to say barring Arat because waves hand in front of face.
Oh, your dad seemed really neat. Hi!
Hi, Ray.
And as their hand trails up, smoke seems to follow it in an after image, and they float around to you.
Hi, Sulong. I'm excited to see you. Did you see? I kept the couch.
Nice. It looks very plush.
And as they say, they somersault once more away from you all and sit down cross-legged on the couch.
I can't wait to see what happens next. You're all so interesting.
It's the same face of, wasn't going to say anything.
I guess I need to do a little bit of explaining there.
No, you don't.
No, it's actually pertinent to something that may or may not come up. It really depends on factors.
Then you explain what you feel is necessary to explain. We don't need to know anything more than what you're ready to tell us.
Besides, Sulong, it can't be that bad. I drink blood.
And on that note, we're going to pop back to Yuiza. Yuiza, You were trying to make a choice. And you succeeded on your save as you were working on what you would decide to do.
I think we see her still running, and there's a slight trip up as she runs, and she hears people still chasing her, and there's fear but also anger as she looks back to herself, and she keeps running away. She says to both quietly to herself as a person and to her other self, I don't get it. Why is it wrong? In the way like a child could only do when they're faced with something they don't understand.
And you hear your other self say, it's only wrong if we get caught. We'll just be smarter next time. Sneakier.
I'm tired of running.
Then let's go back. Let's keep our home. We'll make sure no one takes it away from us. And you see this other you pull something familiar from their pocket. What was the first item Yuiza ever picked up to defend herself with?
It's a small letter opener.
They pull this letter opener that you distinctly remember. And you feel in your own pocket the weight of a similar opener. Do you reach into your pocket to get it?
She does.
Come on. We can do it. They can't stop us. Not really.
There's so many of them. There's only one of us.
Then we'll just be sneaky.
I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be chased anymore. And I think as she's looking at herself, the image of her changes as she changes, and bones start to crack. And faces start to change. Almost like a octopus changing colors and forms. It kind of just dances across the skin. And she looks very different. She switches courses and goes off into the woods to find a different path as a young boy with short blonde hair, pale skin, and brown eyes. And she waits for a moment as the people who are chasing her to pass, and she grips the letter opener.
It's smaller in your hand than you remember. It's comforting. As Yuiza runs away, I'm going to take a little narrative liberty for you. Your face changes several times. You remember them all. And as they do one by one, you get a little further away from the you that you left in the woods. Until you run into someone with strong, warm arms. And they make you feel safe. And if you would like to describe them, I will leave that up to you. If not, this can be where Yuiza is also bathed in a warm light and comes out of her trial.
I think we see her running and running into this person, and without even looking, she knows, and she grips onto them in a similar way that she had hugged Sulong in the fight with the Walk-Blocks. And she cries And I think that's how she comes out, kind of stumbling out of the mirror, falling to her knees. And I think auditory-wise, I think Arat can hear the creaking of bones and popping of joints. And the other two also see that same kind of wave of dots and color changings coming across her face as part of her looks like Yuiza, other parts are changing, and she's sobbing, gripping at her face.
Break off from Sulong, who's, I think, just been about to tell us what he was going to tell us while this image was playing. I'm guessing I have like multiple descriptors, like Ray's still narrating, Sulong is talking, and then cracking sounds. Hands on Sulong and Fisscourth's shoulders, I walk towards the sound until I reach Yuiza. Hi, welcome back.
Why am I wrong?
You're not. None of you are.
Yuiza, darling, that was... And Fist, with permission, if Yuiza allows it, she's just gonna give her a mom hug.
Oh yeah, she latches onto you.
Oh, that was a nightmare, a horrible dream. No reflection upon you.
You aren't wrong. There's nothing about you that is wrong.
I don't even know what I am. I've only ever known that I've been wrong.
Long crosses the threshold and just flicks Yuiza on the forehead. You're Yuiza. There's no doubt about that.
There isn't a wrong here. There's a different. We are all different. You are different. But different is not wrong. And just reaching out to like put a hand on the side of Yuiza's face, I'm assuming you just feel like shit, like the remnant of shifting underneath it.
Yeah.
All of you, I'm the same thing that I told Fisscourth when she came out. You are all what you are choosing to be. You are not whatever you experienced there. You are all, we are all going forward. This, whatever it was, this happened to you, but this, and like just sort of blindly reaching out and just touching all three of them, this is you. This is you. And tomorrow will be a new you, and again and again. It's not wrong. It's not shameful. It's not monstrous. You are exactly who you choose to be here, and I will accept you as nothing less. Do you understand?
Maybe it's like what that little card of yours, Arat. What it said to you. We're supposed to undergo these trials ourselves, but we have each other to support. We're not alone this time, facing the worst parts of ourselves.
As you say this, Fisscourth, you hear a click. And behind you, the golden chest opens. And off to the side, one of the doors unlocks and opens. Does anyone go to the chest?
Hearing the click, I'm just going to like again touch all three of them and go collect what is yours. And I'm going to step away from them back towards Ray if Ray is still there. Otherwise, I'm just going to walk until I figure out that she's not.
Yeah, she's still there. The sofa's still there. Just watching y'all bobbing away.
Walk up until I get close to her, and I'm going to do something that I have not done in the unstated amount of time that this individual has been in my life, which is I'm just going to immediately just reach out and touch their face and finally get a sense of what this is.
You reach out and you touch a face, but there are no lips and eyes. You can definitely feel where the protrusion of a nose-like shape is. But aside from that, there is a unnatural smoothness to the head. And Ray giggles a little bit as you try to figure out exactly what they look like.
Why are you here?
Well, I wanted to come back. And I can do that here.
Not right now. Why are you here with me, with us?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you. We've never gotten to talk before.
That's true. Usually I just hear you. So you're just as aimlessly wandering as the rest of us.
I wouldn't say aimlessly. Sometimes I'm running. Sometimes I'm just bored and I want something new. One time I brought back a whole herd of cattle with me. And that was fun.
Very well. Thank you for helping me keep track of my friends.
You're welcome. Are you going to be here long?
That will be up to them.
Okay. Well, if you're still here after a while, I can try to come back.
Okay. If not, then, well, I suppose you always know where to find me.
Uh-huh, I do.
I'll let the hand trail off and walk back, and in the handful of steps it takes to reach the group again, process, because this is also the first time that Arat has actually questioned the why of a situation like this.
And as you do that through the magical screen in the middle of the room, Ray pokes her head through to all of you and says,
I have to go back now. But I'll come say hi again. Try not to die in the meantime. Please?
No promises.
Farewell, strange child. It was nice making your acquaintance.
It was nice to finally meet you too, Fisscourth.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Yuiza. Bye, Sulam. Bye, Arat.
and you all watch as the screen disappears as they pull their body backwards from it. The couch is gone, and behind them opens up a portal to another place. There are waterfalls flowing upwards. There is a volcano that is erupting. There is a glacier that is sliding towards the volcano before it immediately takes an upward path and lifts out of water. And off in the distance, you see and hear the clanging of a never-ending battle. And with one last look back, Ray steps through the portal and was waving goodbye to you all as it closes around them. And that's where we're going to go to break tonight. All right, y'all, we are going to take 5 to 10 minutes to do a quick check-in. So don't go nowhere. Let's just grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to hypegoblin.com to check out the schedule for this and other games on the channel. And we will see you all shortly. Everybody wave. Bye-bye. So last we left off, Yuiza had come back to the group, and you were all checking in with one another, making sure everyone was okay. And you all heard a click, and the chest in front of the mirrors opened up, as did a door off to your right. What is everyone doing now?
That little chest clinked open, right?
Yes.
We went, I feel like we deserve a reward, a treat, even. Let's go check it out.
Go, you three go.
Okay.
You go over to the chest, and Fisscourth, as you scuttle on over there in your little bat way, and you flip that chest open. There are 4 potions of superior healing in there.
Oh. Huh. Well, it seems that whoever made this little trial, your strange child friend, Arat, they left us potions.
I don't think they made the trial, but that's good to know that whoever did make it is looking out for you.
I would have appreciated, I don't know, maybe like some nice jewelry or something like that. If you're going to take me out and me over, I would like something nice in return.
Understandable.
But Fizz is just gonna cork it. Chug.
You're already completely healed up from the card I gave you earlier. You're the only. So if anybody else has damage, you're the only one that's actually totally healed.
Oh yeah, scratch it.
Yuiza is going to turn to Sulong, and she's now back. You kind of see the final features change back to her. And she's like wiping remnants of tears.
Long looks at her and just like open arms, quirks head to the side, eyebrow raised.
She just hugs him. Just a tight hug.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you all right?
He picks her up, just like in that hug motion, walks over to the chest. By the way, there's a non-zero chance of what happened to my dad happening to me. And then just sets her down.
What happened to you? Your dad was here?
My trial.
Oh.
Zarans are affected by they call it a blood curse. It's called the Devouring, and it hits us differently. Some people experience a hunger that could never be fulfilled, a rage that never subsided, and in my dad's case, a peaceful slumber that he will never awaken from.
Oh.
Well, it sounds as if we have things to explore and research for all 3 of you then.
In a almost forced like finger gun motion to everyone. So it's going to be a roulette wheel if it comes my time.
We'll figure out something for it. We were not going to let you go like that.
If you fall into an eternal slumber, we'll just make a sled, drag you with us.
I appreciate it.
I think there was like a play that was called like Weekend at Bernie's or something.
I saw that, Mummers.
Yeah.
Yes, the Morrow at Bernie's. A fine play if I do say so myself.
The Morrow at Bernie's, yes.
Anywho, unquirks.
Does that mean you guys saw what was happening in everything?
Yes, unfortunately. Yuiza, before we go forward, we have a murder to solve, which, oh, goodness.
Oh, right.
Yes, I was going to say, should we take a breather, drink these potions? I'm double, I've got Irish handcuffs with these potions, and I'm just holding them out.
I'll take like the 4th one that's in there, just I guess because there's 4 and pocket it and say, for what it's worth, I am the only one that understood or heard everybody's everything. So, as I said, I'm not judging anything. You all may share as you wish, when you wish. But again, know that I'm not judging anything. I'm only who you are now.
You're very sweet, Arat, but as you know, well, Sulong and I have a particular blood-related occurrences, and Yuiza might split in half. Who knows? But we're here to support each other, and we love each other.
I can't split in half.
Oh, well, you can. That's so disappointing. You could have done magic tricks. Could have been brilliant.
I can't.
Hey, wait a second.
Look like other people.
That's still brilliant, but it would have been cooler if you could have separated yourself. Like, the illusion with the lady in the box, brilliant.
Always
but
try.
real.
I'll try my hardest to split
Sulong,
myself.
Sulong will turn to Fisscourth. Wait a minute, you were there when I popped out. Did you see more of my backstory than I did yours? Because I don't know any of yours.
You guys got to see each other's backstory?
I've told you that, yes, I was a part of a blood cult that worships a demon ancestor that we drink blood. I've told you about this. I've killed people. Yes, you've heard my backstory. I'm sorry you didn't get to see it. It was actually quite graphic. I was stabbed by myself, but yes, I saw both of yours, and I support you both greatly.
She missed the beginning of each of yours, for what it's worth, so there's still bits and pieces all around.
See? Exactly. Arat saw all of them. If you should be yelling at anyone, should be him.
I wasn't planning on it, but here we are.
That's not fair. I didn't get to see any of yours.
Well, they did share exactly what they experienced.
No, that's true.
For what it's worth, this is most certainly an open and comfortable group. So no secrets, not anymore.
One secret.
Some secrets.
Most likely. Just trying to lift the mood a little bit. Thank you all. Should we check out the other thing that opened in this room?
Yes, we should.
So, should I take point here, or are we just gonna file on through?
I mean, really, we're locked in here with a murderer. We should... Well, actually, now that I think about it, yes, you should take point. The rest of us will follow suit.
If I, for what it's worth, if I'm remembering correctly, whatever it was that you all were looking at, the person that was asleep is in the other direction. So I do not know where this leads, but perhaps it will loop around.
There is a
I don't
door.
think that door opened.
There is a door opposite this one.
Oh, there is. Sulong tries the handle of the closed one.
You go to look at this door, and there is no handle.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there appears to be no handle on this door.
Is there a lock?
Would you like to roll investigation?
Yeah. Yes, please. We don't need another door situation.
18.
You look over this door, and it is iron, intricately carved. And in the center, there is a recess in the shape of a starburst pattern, maybe a sun shape. It is something circular with many points coming off of it.
I've never picked a lock like that, and I don't think I can.
It looks like it needs something to go into the indentation before it opens, or Sulong spits in both of his hands and claps. Open sesame. I tried.
You did.
You're very pretty, Sulong.
Especially
Thanks.
in this light. Well, maybe, perhaps there's a button hidden somewhere and that door will open of its own accord. Who knows? Maybe the murderer locked it behind them. But there is an open door that way. We should go through that one, I think.
Yes.
You know, it's fair. I was raised in a cabin. I didn't know what a door was until we had the blooding room installed. It was, wonders upon wonders.
How did you have privacy?
We didn't.
What's that?
What does that taste like?
You were saying so long.
Oh, no, that just reminds me. One is a door, not a door.
And it's ajar.
Dang it.
But we're not jarring. Let's go through this door and Fizzle. Try
look
on
a
through.
book.
As you walk through the door, you all enter into a long hallway lined with portraits of many faces. There is a carved pedestal beneath these portraits. It's covered in dust and cobwebs, and atop it sits a gilded book. Currently closed.
Okay, I don't think we should open it just yet. I'm learning, guys. But she takes out a dagger. I could open it with this.
Maybe something a bit longer than the dagger, so you're not like if it explodes in your face.
I can open it with this. She's gonna take out her short sword.
As you debate, I'm going to reach over with my stick because it has like the knob top and just go, oh, you all three had to deal with whatever the other thing was. It's only fair, right? And I'll just
I suppose that's true.
tap under the corner of the cover and just go, yes?
Yeah.
Are you opening it with your walking stick?
I'm waiting to see if they want me to before I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna step away from it.
I'll just like knock up the corner of the cover to open the cover.
Okay. You do so, and nothing happens. But the front page of the book is open. You can see text on the front. In beautiful flowing script, the pages are gilded with fancy hand-drawn borders around each one.
Yuiza's describing this to Arat. It's very fancy.
Does it say anything?
Say?
As you move forward, Yuiza, and you go to read this, it's in common. And it says on the front page, "We are the hammers of justice. We balance the scales. We serve in the golden light. We answer the call to order."
I think this is a cult.
This certainly belongs with, it goes in line with the tier, it sounds like.
Yes, it's justice and hammers and golden light.
Well, here was one of the more respectable ones. You know, all those paladins of justice who try to smash your face in with an iron candelabra because you have wings. Oh, tragic, truly. Now they're here scuttling underground with their trials and nightmares.
Yeah.
Perhaps this is a secret sanctum.
A sect.
Yeah. Can I go through the rest of the book?
Do you flip to the next page?
I do.
All right. As you begin flipping through the pages, they list the names of many people as to record those who served here. Several of the names listed as you look up match the portraits lining the hall. Next to these names are the account of each person's deeds. You'll need to roll me an investigation check to see which one you read first.
Natural 20 for 23.
Fabulous. In that case, I will give you both of these. Two names jump out at you. Ardelinaire Pitoris and Iriana Pitoris. Next to our we're going to call him Artie because I wrote a name that I apparently cannot pronounce myself. So next to Artie Pitoris, it says, the High Judge of Mabo, negotiator of the Arcane Treaty. Next to Iriana Pitoris, it says, Slayer of Ascanarath, the Destroyer, Knight Protector of O'Crane. Anyone who would like to can roll a history check on what Yuiza just read out.
That on my end is a natural 20 for a 20.
Okay.
I'm
14.
dumb.
14. Okay.
And
10. Okay.
2.
We'll start with Arat. You've heard of the Arcane Treaty before. The Arcane Treaty ended a decades-long war between the western half of the continent and the eastern half of the continent. Under the treaty, the Pana Republic was formed. While operating primarily as a republic, the continent does still recognize a monarch leader. This figurehead is tasked with breaking ties and maintaining the treaty's terms and amendments for as long as they choose to reign. Fisscourth. Actually, wait, what was Fisscourth's role? Were you the 10 or the 14? Okay.
I was
Yuiza
the
was
14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yuiza. You remember Anacaona and the Destroyer and the stories that you heard about them. Although you never met them, it was a tale that was told to you around campfires on nights when you were a little too excited, needed to be talked into going to sleep, lest the Destroyer come get you. Anacaona was a mighty dragon who laid waste to any who dared cross his path. It is said that his path of destruction spanned centuries, and the Rangia Islands were formed as his corpse sank into the sea. Fisscourth? You are vaguely aware of the Arcane Treaty and how the succession has worked in the Panu Republic. You are also aware that the line of successors has been altered several times. However, it primarily passes down between generations of the reigning household. But should someone decide they don't want the job, it's typically left up to a vote as to who will get it. In times of great need, with a 100% vote, the Senate can depose the monarch. This has never been enacted since the treaty's creation.
To that effect, DM question, since I know and remember the treaty, how old is this treaty?
Decades. You're going back probably close to a century at this point.
How long ago was Anacaona taken down?
Anacaona? Probably 40, 50 years ago. You're not quite sure? Long enough for islands to form on the corpse? Allegedly.
He was like a horrible dragon at this. I mean, the Destroyer. He destroyed everything he touched. I think his body's like some islands now. These are very important people.
I've heard the story, and this treaty is decisive and foundational for our society as we know it. Seems that this group of worshippers is rather instrumental.
I mean, it makes sense. As Tyr said something about keeping justice and light. It would make sense they're involved in all these world-changing events.
If anybody's going to be.
Or at least they feel like they have a right to it, being the handlers of the hammer or whatever you call it. Why are you laughing?
Handling the hammer.
Oh,
it's a dick
I was raised by two mothers.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I was raised by 3 people.
You have triple what most people have. But that all aside, so you'll think, all right, so everyone up there involved with Tyr below, any of those names reminiscent of our toothy, now deceased friend?
What?
The surnames are
the mayor.
Right?
The mayor.
Oh.
Do you think maybe there's a relation?
I mean, they don't have the same last name.
Yes, they do.
Oh, they have the same last name. It must be like a family thing.
Curious that he isn't some upholder of justice and just some greedy bourgeoisie.
Maybe that's why they killed him.
this could be a very physically and metaphysically, this could be going much deeper than we expected.
That's a motive.
Maybe he disappointed his ancestors, and they came back from the dead or from wherever they were hiding. They could be alive too, and we're like, you have brought shame upon our name, and like, I'll kill them. Your teeth are too bright.
Sulong's just in the corner grimacing at that.
As you're all having this conversation, roll me investigation on the portraits.
Are you serious? Is this when I roll another nat 20?
Okay.
But for a 20 again.
Okay.
17.
17.
Nat 1, which is a 0.
We have so many pretty people in this party.
What did Sulong roll?
19.
Okay. Sulong, as you get a little uncomfortable at the mention of the mayor's pearly white smile, you look up.
It was the shame he brought his family.
Gotcha.
Ugh.
You notice that towards the end of these portraits, there seems to be one missing. Arat, as you reach up to feel these frames, they feel similar to the one that you and Yuiza found in the attic. And Yuiza, you clearly see similar frames to the one that you uncovered when you first met Ray in the attic.
This is the same one it's similar to the one that was in the attic we were in that at.
Yes, it feels the same material. What?
One of them's missing on the end over there.
Well, it must be the one in the attic. I think it was his grandfather.
It was a family member, certainly.
Let's see. Is there an order to them? Maybe down generations?
As you all flip through the book, you don't need to roll for this. As you flip through the book and look at the names, these appear to be members of whatever this group is, you're not quite sure yet, who achieved something great in their lifetime. And this is the way that those who came after them remembered them and honored them.
Perhaps there came a point where the family was no longer doing things of a glorious note.
I mean, this place is quite dusty. I mean, look at that giant cobweb over there.
I hope there aren't spiders down here. Or giant ones at least.
I heard people eat giant spiders. Is that true?
Yeah.
Only if you can
hooligans
kill them first.
Sometimes times get lean where I'm from.
Well, I wonder why he's not down here. Well,
Just to confirm, DM, do I also see that door at the bottom, or is that also a wall?
You see all of these doors.
Cool. Wait, what do you mean by all these doors?
I don't know, they got more hallway.
That's a long hallway.
Yeah.
go down.
You should go down it by yourself. You really should.
I'm gonna go down it by myself.
Okay.
Well, be safe. Don't slip. Watch where your feet land.
I'm gonna
Maybe-
stand in the beginning of the hallway and just use perception.
Okay, roll perception.
9.
It's a long, dusty hallway with cobwebs. You can see a door from your vantage point at the end before the hall turns.
I mean, it's just a long hallway.
Hey, do we remember the mayor's story about their family founding this place?
They got the land from previous owners that nobody quite would specify.
Yeah. But did he mention specifically what generation they acquired this land on?
I
Only
believe
that
it
it
was
was
a
long
few
ago.
back.
No.
It could and would make sense that it might coincide with
The tertiary party that's threatening the mayor?
that and the missing portrait and whatnot. But who knows?
Oh boy, what the heck is that? Why is that glowing?
That's a cobweb.
Oh. No, I zoomed out really far.
That's a cobweb, Sulong. It's not that. You need glasses.
It's not like that fun silk at the fair. It's not made of sugar. It's terrible. Can confirm. I've tried.
Wait, how did you know I needed glasses?
You squint a lot.
Yeah, I'm near.
I've
I gotta
been
get
studying
really
your
close
faces a
next to
lot.
people.
I thought he was doing it to look cool.
There's 2 doors down here. And then more hallway.
Fabulous. More of a maze.
Should we be trying any of these doors, or should we continue to follow down?
I mean, this kind of ends here.
Might get more clues.
There were some hidden things up in the mansion. No surprise if there's anything hidden down here. Fiss is going to unlock the door nearest to her. If it does, that is.
Yeah. The door is open.
Uh-oh. I don't like what I'm seeing on this map.
I'm going to try the door that's close to me too, if that's
one
all right.
moment, please.
Yes.
As you open the door, Fisscourth, a fine mist swirls over a blue stone floor. Stone coffins are neatly arranged in rows, their lids depicting a stone sculpture of the inhabitant. Do you go inside?
I'm just going to hold my little idol up the bat skull, which is the Bloodfather, just a little tightly as I go in and call to the others. Well, I think I found where the family is buried. Could you call it buried? We are underground. I guess they are.
Yeah, they're
Entombed.
Oh, fine word. Yes, there's sarcophagi in here. Yes,
Maybe we shouldn't desecrate a grave where we know that there is magic.
I wasn't intending to. Look at a cleric's honor. See?
I may have wanted to steal some valuables. I'm not going to lie.
See, grave robbing, completely different. Honorable, even.
I will let you do that and deal with the repercussions, if any.
I won't do it.
I don't want to yuck your yum.
I mean, it feels like you do.
I kind of do, but also part of me doesn't want to.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, we're surrounded by a lot of magical stuff.
Oh, what did famous line by a vampire? Let's not do anything hilarious now.
I don't remember that one.
Listen. Okay, so there might be clues in the coffins about what is happening. This is a genuine suggestion. I won't take anything. But also last time we opened the tomb, you got shunted into a different dimension and we almost died. So I'm taking a page out of I don't even know whose book, but I'm going to be careful and I'm not going to grave rob.
I should show you the
Who
big book
am
of
I?
adventuring safely.
So what are you all doing?
Fisscourth found all this discussion of, I want to get dragged into another dimension. I want the dead to get me. She's going to reach for her holy symbol and cast Sanctuary around herself. There, we're protected. Holy blessings. Do as much robbing as you wish. But just stay close. It has a radius.
She's going to just hug Fisscourth.
Good. Hold my hand. We're going across the street.
Okay, I'll hold your little nub.
Okay. You're going in?
Yeah, I'll go.
Roll me investigation on this room.
Oh, that was almost a natural 20. 17.
16. Right behind you.
16. All right. Easy enough. Each sculpture features the figure resting in full armor, holding a weapon. On each weapon is an inscription. Remember the dead. Respect the dead. Honor the dead. Death is peace.
I wonder if maybe he didn't honor them.
Could be the place is rather neglected. It's a bit of a morbid prayer, but it was the kind of thing we'd say for the dead after we drained them. Maybe a prayer would please them, respect them, let them know they're at least acknowledged, not by their horrible relative upstairs.
I don't know. I mean, she's looking at all of them, all of the sculptures. Are all the sculptures different, like to reflect the person who's inside?
Yep, each one reflects the person inside. It would appear that this was something done with great care.
This is beautiful sculpting.
Yes. Are they dusty? Do they look like they haven't been disturbed for a bit? I'm making assumptions. I want to make sure they're right.
They are a little bit dusty.
What's this?
That would be a water font.
Is it filled with water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it clear water or like gross water?
It's clearish-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we can do something good for a change. And she'll take a small rag out of her bag, dip it in the water, and start kind of at least clearing the faces of the dust and the weapons.
What idea? I could make that water holy if you want. I've heard about holy water. I'm pretty sure it'd probably make it extra spicy. Here, lean it over to me.
Okay, here you go.
You are blessed. There. Now we're cleaning them with holy water.
Okay.
They'll be extra pleased.
Okay. And she's gonna start cleaning the I keep wanting to say sarcophagi. The tombs.
Okay.
Yep, I'll join you as well.
63.
63. Okay. You are going to be at this for... We'll take half of that. We'll say about 30 minutes to clear all of these off.
This is gonna take some time, guys, but we gotta make sure nothing bad happens. So I'm trying to be nice here and not steal from the dead.
While the gals are doing that, Arat, what are you up to?
I've attempted to open the door that I'm standing in front of when they walked in.
Fantastic.
And if it does open, I'm just going to walk in because nobody is there to tell me what's inside. So it's time for me to figure it out.
As you walk in and you reach out with your cane and with your hands, you touch wood-paneled walls. And the audience will see you walk through a row of beds. This long wood-paneled room is mostly plain, save for the 2 rows of beds lining each wall. At the foot of each bed is a small trunk, and in the corner of the room nearest the door sit 2 small tables, each with a set of chairs. Would you like to roll investigation?
Absolutely. 12.
On several trunks, you feel nameplates as your fingers glide over them, and you don't recognize many of the names. But when you get to one about halfway through the row, your fingers cross over the name Zassafel.
I'm not going to make a heavy attempt, but my hand is going to slide down and just sort of push up on the lid of the trunk to see if it's locked or not.
There is a lock on the trunk.
And then I'm going to round the corner of the trunk and I'm going to feel the top of the bed. I'm feeling, A, is it made versus is it slept in, both in like warmth and arrangement, and B, is there like dust on it if it's been made, or either way?
It's a little dusty, not as thick as you felt elsewhere since you've been in this part of the structure.
Okay, so it's been used, but it's possibly been used, but like not very recently, long enough to accrue tangible dust. Okay, that's what I was trying to sort. I'll feel like the next bed next to me as well to see if it feels roughly the same. I don't know whose it is, but I'm just feeling it.
It feels dustier.
Okay. I'll just continue to walk around and like do a full perimeter of the room and just feeling. getting a sense of what is in here, how long have things been in here, etc. But I'm taking note of the fact that Zasafel was here.
Yeah, he was.
Interesting. As I make my way back to the door exiting this room, I have a question for Satan. Given the number of times over the course of this quest that you've mentioned curious things about yourself, plus the fact that your face is just changing, are you okay with me making an Arcana check to see if I know what you are already? Because you said you didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
This actually would not be Arcana. This would be history.
Oh, no?
History,
History,
this is not dealing with anything magical. So this would be to recall
I thought
knowledge.
it had to do with races and whatnot. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. What you're born as isn't magical, although I think y'all magical delights.
You too.
It's a 19.
19?
And if so, Satan, you can, if you don't want to like the whole group or the audience to know, you can message me, but...
No, I'm fine.
You don't
Okay.
know what it is.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, frustrated as I've been trying to sort it out this entire time, and exit this room.
Okay. What's Sulong been doing? Yuiza and Fisscourth are cleaning the faces of the tombs. Arat went searching the room up above. Is Sulong hanging in the hallway?
Did you say cleaning or defacing?
They're cleaning.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Sulong will head towards the other hallway where Yuiza said it was a dead end and inspect it further.
You walk down the hallway and it's a finished hallway with cobwebs, blood dust.
Sulong kind of just crouches down and draws a little smiley face in the dust before he stands back up and turns around. Oh.
We'll say that by the time you come back from your inspection of this hallway, Arat's coming out of the room. Yuiza and Fisscourth, you're finishing up cleaning.
So, what you find?
Dusty tombs. We cleaned them, said prayers over some water. Hopefully they're happy. If their ghosts come out and grab us, then they're quite unjustified.
I really want to open them and steal what's inside, but
I found, would it be barracks if these are all like soldiers or clerics of Tyr? It was rather nice in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that looks
Beds
pretty
and-
sexy.
Beds and foot lockers. There is somebody that we all know in there, though. They're not there. The name is in there.
Oh,
Sulong will point to Yuiza. The footlockers are a go for you.
okay, cool.
Well, maybe we shouldn't open Zasafel's footlocker without him knowing that we did that.
Sasafel's
Dead.
He's dead. I don't care if his ghost is watching us in fury. Let's go through his things.
Do you know
some
something we
respect
don't know?
for it, but okay.
He's an awful beating. He's bourgeois. Come on, let's try. It's not even stealing.
Very well.
I will
Well-
go to the one that has his name on it.
What is it, Fisscourth? It's not stealing because it already belongs to the people.
Exactly, comrade.
Does it have a lock?
It does.
Is it old and rusty, or is it
It looks sturdy.
do the other trunks have as much dust at this one or more?
Less. Or no, more. They have more. This one has less than them.
Okay.
And like Arat discovered, the bed isn't quite as dusty as the other beds in the room also.
Yeah, I was about to say, he has been down here, not very recently, but somewhat recently, more than the others.
Yes, it seems. I will try to lockpick. Actually, can I investigate this chest first?
Sure.
Doing that, I must tell everyone I had a very visceral reaction when Sarah said there was less dust. It's like, no!
21.
You're investigating the chest?
Yes.
It's a simple chest. Just locked.
Okay. I'm going to try and thieves' tool this.
Okay.
22.
22. You get this lock open, no problem. And inside, you find a red leather-bound book with gold embossing on it, and a note folded on top of it. It looks as though it's a piece of paper that has been folded and unfolded many times in multiple ways, sometimes just in half, where the paper is near coming apart. Sometimes it looks like it was folded smaller, maybe to fit into a pocket.
I will take both and read the note.
You unfold this note carefully, I'm assuming.
Very carefully, yes.
The paper is fragile, old in your fingers. And you read a letter. My darling boy, since your father's death, we have all struggled in our own way. I implore you to think about how it is you choose to entertain yourself. Gambling and cavorting about town is not behavior fitting one of your station and responsibilities. I beg you to follow your father's teaching well. Continue your studies. It's only through maintaining our oath that those who seek, and at this point, where the paper has been well worn, a line is missing, but it continues below, have been kept at bay. I am so sorry this burden is yours to bear as the firstborn of our union. Guard the secret well, and our service in the glory of the light of justice will be rewarded. Neither your sister nor your closest companions may know of the secrets we have maintained for all these years. Love eternally. Mom.
Well, he certainly guarded the secret.
That's why he didn't want to acknowledge his daughter. She'd be the next to take on the burden since he's apparently so unwilling. Am I thinking too kindly of this man? That seems like the case.
Could be.
It wouldn't be surprising if he seemed to have abandoned this, or if his line had abandoned this.
I'm going to slip the paper into the journal and then open the journal.
Okay. Most of the entries detail events of the estate, just common day-to-day things, musings. The passing of Lady Patoris, Zasaphel's mother, and Zasaphel's taking over responsibility for the estate and its holdings, and that they went relatively smoothly. The entries detail parties, dinners, minor local gossip. Slowly, there is a retreat from interacting with the rest of the town. The entries detail more time spent on the estate and discuss the research of religious figures, several of whom are attached to the local temple. Zasfel notes the growth of the temple stemming from the original structure. Several entries stand out as you read on. Entry 1 is dated about 4 weeks prior to today. They've written to me again. This time the letter bears no return posting or exterior mark. I believe it was slipped into the rest of our mail in town. They're getting bolder now. What changed? I'll settle my debts with the Pink Dragon. With nothing to be paid, there's nothing they can hold over my head. I will have to be careful if they are here. They cannot find her. I'm tempted to seek counsel of that thing. She's such a pain to deal with, though. Pity Father never found a way to end her without destroying the stag. The next entry. 2 weeks prior. Of all the times to become more stubborn, she chooses now. No matter how much I try to reason with her, no matter how I push her away, she stays. Damn her. She and Mari need to be gone at once, Arrangements have been made. She and Mari will either leave peacefully or I will enact their removal by other means. I tried to reason with Talia. I went about it. It went about as well as I expected. Oh, that Moore had held the resolve of one as twisted as she. I'm running out of time. The wardens have accepted the invitation. Following dinner, I will discuss matters with them and seek counsel. Until then, the charade continues. Mother help us if it continues. Entry 3. 1 week prior. Arrangements are finalized. I will get the warden's help, and that will be that. They will be gone, and everything will be set right. The messages arrive daily now. I burn them to keep Ellison from seeing the contents. The more she does for the town, the more involved she wishes to be in estate affairs. I promised our parents. She will find her happiness like the others. They will go on, and it will be my burden to bear alone. She stirs in her cage at night. I can hear her. The locks will hold, like Father promised. I shouldn't have tried to take it from her. That was foolish. The lock will hold, and Mari will remain safe. She will have the freedom I longed for and will be none the wiser. Following this entry, several pages have been torn from the book.
Your kind of face started scrunching as you kept reading. That's bad, right?
Yeah. I think the person that's in that cell cage that we saw is bad.
Oh, so?
It talks about something. Did it mention that a name, Talia? You said?
It did mention the name Talia.
Would I assume that it's this person's name?
That's up to you.
Okay. I think their name might be Talia. Apparently, there wasn't a way to destroy her without destroying the stag. I'm not sure what that means. They sought counsel, and it went bad, and the locks need to hold. They need to stay down here. Apparently, they're a threat to Allison and Mari.
So don't free her.
There was that whole little bit about the destroyer, the dragon, right? What if... You don't think this is like a dragon cult situation, do you?
Don't know if this is related to the dragon. I think
the question is, could this person in a cage be more than just a person in a cage?
Exactly.
I mean, we're all the more just a person here, imagine.
You know, another question we should be asking ourselves is this above our pay grade?
Most likely.
And should we tell the family?
I don't think I don't know. Sasafel wanted to keep the secret to protect people. Now I feel a little bad stealing from him. And I'm more concerned that this person had to be kept locked and there was rubble that opened up to that room.
As if it had been walled in at one point.
A desperate last measure.
Had been destroyed recently.
Or a potential breakout.
I mean, no, they were in there. Unless it's not the person that we're looking at, it's somebody else.
If we are assuming that the person who killed Zasafel escaped down here, and we are assuming that the person that killed Zasafel may be connected to this information that we are gathering, should we not perhaps head back and make sure that said person is not attempting to free this person?
True. Well, I'm willing to do whatever you all decide to do.
I agree with Arat. We should go and check. If this is the key to some grand apocalypse, then I'd rather not have it brought about so soon after a dinner.
And apocalypse or not, we have charged ourselves with solving/avenging a murder. So there is a murderer down here to find, yes, and catch.
Yes, but we also don't know what's just that they're holding. If it's something so powerful that a line of family was tasked to do it.
It may fall to his sister to take up the charge.
She doesn't even know what is happening. She doesn't know about any of this. How are we going to explain that? We don't even know what this is.
I would start with taking that book.
Yes, but like what? There's a person locked down there that your family has kept locked down there for centuries. We don't know why, because it's a secret.
Hear me out. What if this is just some really elaborate way for Zasafel to get us involved into whatever's happening to his family?
I mean,
I don't think so. Maybe? It reads that apparently we're here to help take Mari and Cleaver out. Not take out. I mean, like, move them to a safe place.
Yeah, I understand.
Remove from the circumstance, yes.
That's also a euphemism. We should go check on that Talia person, huh?
Yes, let's.
I think so, though we didn't know a way to get in, if there was a way through that door, which means going back to the rubbled entrance, unless we can find a key in here.
You do still have a door that you haven't got through yet.
I was about to say, perhaps we checked that last door. Perhaps we checked that last door on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Ask that maybe we see if there's more answers to these secrets in this room before we go trying to talk to something that's been locked down here for centuries, and we'll say and promise anything probably to get out.
I was less concerned with talking to them and more concerned with making sure somebody was not trying to break them out, but we could do whatever is most prudent for us.
I've added the note and the mayor's journal to y'all's player journal as well, under the books and pamphlets.
Well, let's go and check, but we should probably come back here and check the other trunk, see if there's anything else.
Yes.
She's gonna put
I
the
can go
journal
check out
in
that
her
other
bag.
room while you're doing that.
We're not splitting up.
No, we're all going back to that room.
Oh.
Not when
follow you
there's a powerful being that the whole lineage of a family has been kept here.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be in this hallway, right?
I'm going to make sure. I need you to stop talking. Let's go.
All right. So you're heading back?
Yeah, to the first door.
Okay. As you go through this door, like all of the others, it is unlocked. This room is lined on all walls by tall bookshelves. In the corner is a cozy sitting nook with a fine leather-bound book sitting on the side table. In the middle of the room are two desks facing one another, covered in drafts of maps and carefully written notes.
I'm going to pick up the book that's on the side table.
Okay. Would you all like to roll investigation on the room?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Please and thank you.
Just 11 this time.
18,
17.
baby. This roll can vote.
21.
Okay. Going. What did everyone get again? Sorry, I ADHD'd that.
11.
11.
17.
Okay.
18.
21.
21. Okay. All right. I'll work my way up. Arat. You find a clutch of what appear to be notes of some sort. They're written in a careful hand. And you get a few names here and there. Ulrich, Raylan. But the ink is smudged and illegible in some spots. But you can hold on to them. Fisscourth and Sulong. Fisscourth? You find a hastily written report, faded now with age. The crown has been found and secured at a site known only as the Keep. The report describes the extreme extent to which the item has been secured and describes how the avatar was disposed of. As a footnote, the author added the bearer of the crown was changed 3 times. No lives lost. Sulong. Near Fisscourth, as the two of you are looking over these notes, you lean on one of the bookshelves, and it slides. Pulling it further away from the wall, you discover a hidden safe. Yuiza. You find a tome bound in leather. Embossed on the spine is the title, The Keys of Bashaba by Aldilinair Vitoris. Good old Aldi. I'm going to get that name because I wrote it myself. Gosh darn it.
Well, it appears that just a theory, good old intellectual theory, but I think our friend in the cell there might be the avatar of something greater. Definitely not just a person, if this note is anything to go by.
Hey, Yuiza, do you want to trade MacGuffins? I have a safe.
Sure. I think that and she says that's what she's walking. I think whoever is in there might be, if they are the avatar, then she'll hold up the book with the title. Might be of Bashaba.
Shit.
I have the least helpful notes of the group. Just some names.
She'll hand over the tome to Sulong to hold for a moment. And
Hey, DM. Can I run through my religion real quick? What's Bashaba's, honorable animal? Like how Saluna has an owl?
Roll religion.
Okay. 13.
13? You're not sure?
I will say, and this is not something I remember, it's Bathsheba or Bashaba? Or they're different people?
It's Bashaba.
Bashaba. But it's the same, ill luck, okay. When we encountered the tomb underneath the temple, if I'm not mistaken, it had stags on it, right?
It did.
She will say that out loud.
So apparently we're not allowed to let the two touch, not oil and water. Those naturally don't touch, but apparently if these two touch, something terrible is going to happen. If all this gravitas is to lend any credence.
Just
Vinegar and baking soda, but magical. Got it.
Sure. Let me take a crack at that safe. 12.
Yuiza, you try and get this safe open, and one of your lockpicks does not quite find the hook. You do not get it open. Luckily, you didn't roll an @1, so it didn't break.
Can I try again? Or is it like a one and done?
You can try again.
As long as you have lockpicks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was just gonna have Sulong just throw it.
Yeah.
Got Tavern Brawler.
Okay, 1 second, guys.
I'm going to hand Sulong my notes since I can't read any of the smudge stuff. I'm just going to walk around the room feeling the wall.
19?
19 does unlock it.
Oh.
There's only one item within the safe. a book bound in thick leather, bearing the roaring face of a lion.
She's gonna take it. Does it have a title on the spine?
There's no title, but there is a thick gold lock holding it shut. And as you reach for it, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Huh.
I'm not wise. 10.
Yuiza,
Mm-hmm.
in the next minute, you are charmed by this book as it begins to whisper your deepest desires and how it will help you achieve them all. In the back of your mind.
This is an interesting book. I think we should open it.
Might I see it? It could be very delicate, very ancient. Yuiza?
I mean, it has a big lock, and you know how I can open locks.
Well, why haven't you opened it?
Well, I will. I'm just saying that, you know.
This is strange. The Yuiza I know would immediately be picking that thing. Could I hold it for just a moment, please?
I'm just going to open it just now.
Oh, right. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
Yuiza, in the back of your mind, you hear, she wants to take me from you. She wants to stop you.
I'm going to open it over there. She's going to move
Okay.
over here.
Ouch.
While Yuiza's doing that, what's everyone else up to?
I'm walking around the room with my hand dragging on the wall. Do I find one of these doors that I can see on the map eventually? Or anything else of interest?
Roll me investigation.
13.
13. Yes, you do find one door. Towards the bottom of the room.
I'm just going to simultaneously say, there is a door as I try to open the door.
It swings right open. Do you go in?
If nobody responds to me saying there's a door, I am going to go in.
I'm charmed by this book. I have no idea what you're doing.
I'm trying to get the book away from her. This book is weird.
It's Sulong and Arat.
Okay. As the two of you enter this room, you discover it has been kept in perfect order. Above a tiny desk in the corner is a row of shelving displaying alchemical ingredients. The bottles' labels have yellowed with some age, but their contents remain preserved. Would you like to investigate this room?
Yeah, chef.
Okay. We'll come back
No,
to
I've
that in a
seen
minute. Yuiza, how are you doing on that book lock?
I'm trying to pick it open.
Yeah? Want to
Yeah.
roll me a
Yeah.
thieves check?
Let me look at it. Just let me look. I want to look.
21.
21. You work your thieves' tools into the side of this book's lock, and it is almost unusually simple for how intricate it is. But it's going to help you out so much. And the lock clicks open. And as it does, from the pages of this book springs a fiend with thick, leathery skin and the face of a lion. And I will need everybody to go into initiative here. So, first up is Arat. Arat, you're in the other room and you hear a bit of a commotion happening behind you.
What's that?
What's what?
There's a noise behind me. What is that? In the other room.
On Sulong's turn, he will peek.
Oh, okay. Then that's all I'll do because I don't know what's going on. Can I hold an action for him to see what it is? Is that
Yeah. You can
Okay.
hold your action. You have to declare what your held action is going to be, though.
My held action is to attack something if he tells me that the sound is a dangerous thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw a card and attack if it's dangerous.
Okay.
If not, then I have no action.
All right. That is totally cool. Up next, where is... Oh, I didn't begin combat. That's why it didn't work. Up next, Sulong.
Long turns. Oh, that's a demon.
You do turn and you see this leathery creature with the head of a lion, almost bedraggled hair coming off of it in what was once maybe a glorious mane.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
So, since he said that, for my action, the quick question of, are you looking right at it?
Yes.
Great. My arm is going to go right over his shoulder with a card in it. I'll pull and great. Yeah. Process of elimination. I knew the cards in my hand. I have the wizard, which is magic missile. So arm goes right over next to Sulong's head to use it as a guide, and I'm going to fire magic missile.
Nice.
In a straight line. 12 force damage as the card disintegrates into 3 magic missiles and just right against this thing.
Fantastic. Sulong, was there anything else you were doing on your turn?
Yeah, I want to bash it with my axe.
Okay.
Sorry, Nizmat, but your axe is going to come back to you slightly bloodier than before. I'll flank with Yuiza here.
Okay.
Rage.
Okay.
Rage, reckless. Natural 20.
Okay. Give me the damage.
Yee-hoo. 18 points of slashing damage, magical.
Fantastic. Anything else?
I don't have multi-attack. Bonus. Yep, I'm done.
Okay. Up next, Yuiza. That book is whispering in your head. You can try and roll a wisdom save.
I would like to try and roll a wisdom save.
Okay.
$16.
Okay. What was it?
Okay.
16?
16.
Okay. That does save. On your next turn, you can check.
Okay. I think there's like this thing of her holding the book and looking to this thing like with a bit of awe. And then it kind of shifts into like, oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Up next, we have Fisscourth.
Oh boy, you better get away from my baby, you weird furry. I'm gonna clomber onto this table. Look
Says
at
the
it.
bat.
I'm a true bat, thank you very much. And conjure up a spiritual weapon, which is gonna look like a little bat skull with a laser forming its mouth, and say, "Get away from her, you fiend!" Let's see if it hits. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
7 damage.
7. Fantastic. As its head swivels around looking at you all, and it tells you all, the 3 closest to it, Sulong, Yuiza, Fisscourth, grovel. I will need you all to roll a wisdom saving throw.
No, stop. I only have so many good of these. 18. Okay.
18 club.
Ooh, besties, twinsies.
15.
Luckily, you all save. And that will be its turn. It's clearly getting more and more agitated as it tries to control you. Up next, Arat.
Keeping my hand extended, just like because I'm hoping everything is still in a straight line, and also hoping that nobody has gotten in front of it. But if on the off chance they do, I just go duck, and I'm gonna shoot a ray of frost straight forward. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Okay. Then it's going to take 4 cold damage. So then with my hand still out, I'm going to flatten my hand, and I need it to make a strength saving throw of 15.
That is a 21.
Okay, so it's gonna feel a little like push, but nothing's gonna happen.
Up next, Sulong. This thing just told you to grovel.
Zulong's head goes down for a half second before his shoulders reel back and just uppercut swings the axe. I'm a power attack as well, so reckless power attack.
All right.
-5, 17.
17 hits.
19 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Up next, Yuiza.
I didn't make any of my compound, so I don't have that. But I'm going to try and attack it with my dagger.
Okay.
Make an attack. Oh, wait, it's with advantage, but it's 26.
Okay, that hits.
8. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to hit it with my offhand. She looks very angry. 17.
That does hit.
6? No. 5.
5.
Yeah, because offhand doesn't add the bonus, unfortunately. But
Okay, what was the damage on the first attack?
8.
Up next, we have Fisscourth.
How's this thing looking?
It's had better days.
All right, well, I'm about to make your day so much worse, my friend. Fisscourth is going to hop over that little table onto its back, just gripping on it. And she's going to start muttering some holy, screechy words as she casts Inflict Wounds. Does a 24 hit?
A 24 does hit.
Yay. Our friend is going to take 17 necrotic damage.
Fisscourth, what does it look like when you take down this fiend?
The way I see it, like, it's from Yuiza's perspective, it's looming. It's got that prideful gleam in its eye, ruined being that it is. And just suddenly, the wings of the bat on its back, it's confused. And then just this green, glowing fluid just starts to flow out of its mouth and eyes as she's muttering this holy incantation to its back. He's trying to get her off, scrambling, but she's holding on until the prayer's finished, and it is nothing but a pile of stinking necrotic sludge.
You know,
Sorry.
That was a bit messy. I'm sorry, Yuiza. Did your friend come out of that book? Are you quite all right? Do you need water? You look a bit pale.
I think the book charmed me.
oh,
Powerful thing. Demons tend to take forms of mundane objects. Yes, Sara?
It would explain why they kept it in a safe, is all I was going to say.
you know, all things considered, do you think we jumped the gun on that? We kind of started out swinging. Maybe they had like a big villainous monologue or something.
I don't care. They were like, ooh, I'm going to give you so many things. And then they jumped out and tried to hit us. And it tried to charm me and try to make me grovel. And I'm,
Whatever it offered, it wasn't going to give it to us willingly. So,
if it had a chance. Mm-hmm. It had a chance to. It had a chance to say anything else that one time, but it chose to try to make you grovel instead. So I'm going to be comfortable.
If it wasn't a big pile of sludge, I would have skinned it and used it as a new coat. Okay.
My apologies. I'll be sure to preserve the hide next time.
It's okay. Thank you.
It would really suck if it had the key on him.
Well, it only... Well, no. it only really harms living flesh. If there's anything, well, you're going to have to dig if you want anything inorganic.
I'm not touching that.
Arat, stick me.
I take out my dagger and poke him with it.
You! I'm not
Like gently, but like
running my
What?
hand. I'm ticklish. I'm not
Why
running
did-
my
why
hand
did you
through
want
some
that?
goop. I need your stick to poke around inside whatever's left of this thing.
oh, you want to take my walking stick that I use on a daily basis and stick it in there instead?
Well, now that you put it that way,
Okay, no, take it. I just hand it over to him.
I'm not going to use Nizmat's. It's not mine.
Are you alright, Fisscourth?
Oh, yes, just a bit taxed is all. That's quite the incantation I wrote forth. And also, I do apologize. I really made a mess of things, didn't I, with that?
Oh,
But it was
you
just-
did great. It was pretty hot and scary.
Oh, she turns out pink.
Yuiza can see from over Fisscourth's shoulder that Sulong is prodding and poking the goop, and then he brings the other end up to his nose and sniffs,
Don't. Oh.
and then like gets a little bit closer.
Stop.
Don't
Stop
eat
it.
that. It won't harm you, but it is necrotic. You'll have tummy troubles for days, I tell you. Believe me, I've tried it.
Yeah. Is there anything in the goop?
There's nothing in the goop.
Is the book itself just blank now?
The book's gone. The book turned
Oh.
into the creature.
Oh, it was a book. It was a whole book. Oh, I held it to my chest. I feel
They
like
might
way
have
to go.
appreciated that.
Would anyone like to roll a history check and see if they
Yeah.
know what this might be?
Why not? 13.
16.
19.
Okay. For those of you who rolled above a 15, this was a Rakshasa. There are several different kinds, but essentially these are beings that can disguise themselves as other objects. And when they are released from that object, they have different abilities that they can use against you. This one was to come. When a Rakshasa is killed on the material plane, its spirit is banished to the hells, where it is tormented by devils until it is reincarnated into a new body. Sometimes, when it committed a grave error that resulted in its death, the slain fiend returns in an inferior form, obligated to perform a series of evil deeds before regaining its former status.
This might be a problem for future us, but you know.
Yeah, it might
He's going to have
be.
to commit petty theft for a while. He'll be very busy. We'll be fine.
It happened rather quickly. Maybe it was over in a matter of 12 seconds or so. Maybe he doesn't quite remember us.
Yeah,
by
and
the
it
time
was
he comes
only
back.
in one person's head. Like, it only knows one person here.
That hasn't been a problem for us before.
Not yet.
What if we go into that other room and talk about what's in there now, huh?
It did seem interesting before everything happened, and I'll walk right back into it.
Yes, let's do that.
But for those listening at home, that creature was from Toma Beast 3, as many of the other creatures in this campaign has been. Kobold Press is super cool. Go check them out. So you're heading down into the room that Arat opened?
Yeah. I will also grab the Bashava book with me and just keep it as I walk into the...
Okay. You walk into the alchemy lab. This room is kept in perfect order. Above a tidy desk in the corner is a row of shelving displaying alchemical ingredients. The bottles' labels have yellowed with age, but their contents remain preserved.
My uncle had a room like this.
Seems a bit dangerous to have children around. You could have drunk something very poisonous indeed. Or venomous.
Oh, I did.
Venomous implies Sorry.
I would.
Yeah. Mhm.
I would like to.
I suppose if you drink venom.
I would like to do an investigation and check out the bottles and the labels and what they say.
Go ahead and roll investigation on the bottles.
14.
You aren't able to identify all of them, but you do see some of the common pieces that you would use for your compounds. You are welcome to go ahead and take those supplies if you wish.
She's taking them. I could really use these for my compounds. It's going to be great.
Check them for expiration dates. They've probably been down here for quite a while.
Actually, these glass bottles usually are enchanted to preserve the items inside of it pretty well.
Oh,
That's brilliant. See, we would just let the stuff go bad, just leaving it out.
Oh, you should really look into enchanted glass bottles.
You know, I'm not going to give that information to my family, but rest of you, thank you.
Who else is investigating?
I'll take a peep or two.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep watch.
I can't look at them, and smelling chemicals is a bad idea. So, yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Fisscourth, you're checking around this lab, and as you do, you see something on a hook near the wall, but it's out of your reach. You can't get a good look at it. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, I need to call over one of the tools. Arat, would you mind coming over and assisting me, please? I need your superior stature.
Looks at he considers his 5'8" self and goes, okay.
Or your cane.
Yeah, grab the stick back from Sulong and walk over to the voice.
Just let me be picked up by the Downfair, okay? Let me have my dreams.
Oh, sorry. We definitely need you to pick Fisscourth up. Oh my god, I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, I could do it.
Oh,
No, I need you to pick me up.
I'll walk over to Fisscourth. What do you need?
There was something up there. It looks like maybe it's dried meat or whatnot, but it's up there and I can't reach it. Would you mind lifting me?
I suppose so, yes. Hands out, not quite sure how to lift in this particular circumstance because you can't see it.
This is just going to step onto your feet. You're just going to feel her nasty little grippers grab your feet. She starts to reach up towards this mystery object.
Okay. You reach up and you pull down a burlap bag.
I'm going to open the bag.
You open the bag. You pull out a small round box.
Oh, thank goodness it's not the bag, man. It's just a box in a bag on a wall.
I thought it was just a book in a safe, and look at what happened.
Well, it's not talking to me, is it?
Roll investigation on the box.
I was going to say perhaps we should be very wary of the things that are being kept in here.
Oh yeah, this is an alchemical lab. Things could blow up in your face anytime.
I rolled a 1.
Fisscourth, you're not sure what these carvings and symbols on the side mean. You can pass it off to a friend.
It's tactile, and I was saying it's tactile, so it's something I can feel instead of smell. I will absolutely be feeling
just
it
take
along.
it from Fish. She's like, what is this thing?
Well, no, I'm gonna let you hold it, so I'm gonna just touch it. But yeah,
If you have Arat's help, go ahead and roll again, and we'll take the higher of the rolls.
Yay. That was a 7.
A 7. You're pretty sure this is a puzzle box.
feels like one of those puzzle boxes that we found a while back.
Puzzle out of a box. Why would you make such a thing? That is... You know who's good with puzzles? Yuiza, we have a box that apparently you need to solve before you open it, which seems to be the complete opposite of what you need in a box.
Well, it's as if it's probably meant to keep something in and people from opening it, and that's probably why it's a puzzle box.
Or it's for entertainment purposes.
It could be, but it was in a box. Yeah, it was in a box in a bag on the hook on the wall in the room.
Which is not a locked safe.
That's true, but also alchemical lab. She'll take it.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not dangerous. I'm saying it's probably less dangerous.
Okay. Are you going to try and open it?
I'm gonna try to investigate it.
Okay.
See how I can open it. Yeah. 21.
It's a puzzle box. There appears to be a Arcana component to this side. You will need to decipher the incantation on the exterior and utter the command word to activate the box.
Okay.
If you would like, you can try to roll Arcana. If you fail the roll, the DC will increase by 1 for each fail unless it is passed to someone new.
Okay. Okay. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. I'll roll an Arcana check. Please. Oh, that was almost an 18. 7.
That does not pass.
Ugh. I'm gonna try one more time and then I'm gonna pass it to somebody else. $16.
That does pass. You decipher it, and as you say the command word, the lid clicks open and spreads apart in 2 pieces. Inside is the depiction of a dragon. Below it is a dial, which changes its color next to a small button. On the inner lip of the box are words written in Draconic.
Does anybody speak Draconic?
See? You hablo Draconic.
Can you read what it says here? Don't press anything, please. I don't want to fight a dragon.
Sulong begins to read.
Okay. You read, and it is describing Eldar Canarath, the Destroyer, and asking you to input what color of dragon they were.
What color dragon was Canarath the Destroyer?
Do I remember from the stories I was told with that roll that I had before?
Anyone who would like to assist in this can roll a history check.
9. I never knew the color. I just know they were a giant dragon. I assumed the chromatic kind.
14.
14. Arat, you vaguely remember some tales of the dragon who created the islands. They were a yellow dragon.
Huh?
Very rare.
Did anybody roll higher than me? Any more detail?
I was the one asking the question, so...
I was muted, but I got a 17.
Nothing further than that.
Yep. Yellow. Is there a yellow button? I don't even know what yellow looks like.
Colorblind?
Neither do I.
No, it was just dark down there.
People told me it was a yellow dragon, so
I'll turn the
I have
the
that
dial.
going for me.
Turn the dial to yellow.
You can turn the dial and press the button to confirm. And once more, the device clicks open again, revealing a new layer. And this layer, you will have to remove the pin without touching the sides of the hole that it's in. It currently sits perfectly center.
Okay, I was made for these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Operation.
I will need you to roll me dexterity.
Just straight dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 8.
8.
Mind you, I have a +6.
You do. Unfortunately, that is not high enough to open it. The DC will advance by 1.
Okay, I want to keep trying, but I also want to give you guys a chance to try.
No, please.
Okay.
You are the expert on this thing.
Yes, I can try something later if need, but you continue.
Wait, why is it? Oh yeah, 14.
14? That is enough. It took you a minute the first time. It's It almost feels like it's weighted at the end, like some sort of silly carnival game that's supposed to make it more difficult than it should be. But as you pull it out the second time, you're expecting the weight difference, and you pull it slowly straight up. And the final layer of the box clicks open. And as you are all looking at the box in Yuiza's hands, with it fully opened up, you all realize that it is the perfect shape to fit into the door leading to the cells, where a person currently lies unconscious. And that is where we will come back to next week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for tonight's episode of Luck and Chaos. Don't forget to leave a review on your favorite podcast platform of choice. It really helps our show grow. Arat was played by Zachary Vaudo. Yuiza was played by Alessa Vamp. Fisscourth was played by Abby. Sulong was played by RJ. And your GM and producer today was Sara Roberts. The Luck and Chaos theme, A Twist of Fate, was composed by Sneakernet. Download it now on Bandcamp. Link in the show notes below. Check out our show notes for cast info and links to the third-party content featured in this game. If you'd like to join us for our Patreon-only after show, visit us on patreon.com/thehypegoblin. This show and others like it are made possible by the generous support from our patrons.